Bella's Crochet Gifts. I'm Bella. All right, so today I am going to be announcing which different make-alongs I am going to be participating in this year. So the first is with my friend Rosanna at Crochet with Nana Rosanna. She is doing the book cover inspiration make-along again this year, and I tried to participate last year and the summer just totally, I had issues. I completely, I kind of lost my Crojo and like things just didn't work out. So I am going to be participating this year, and the first, hi baby. The first, I'm going to be making a square each month. I can commit to that. Hi. This is Sabrina. She is my kitty. She's coming to say hi. So the first square for this month is, the book is, oops, Daniel Steele, and it is Flying Angels. And the square I did for it was this one. So we've got the yellow and then the blue fading out to darker blue. And then I'm doing a black border around each of my squares so that it has a nice edge to it. When I put them all together, it'll have the black to the black. So that's the plan. And then the next one I am participating in is also a year long. And I'm also doing a square each month. And this is the this is from Litsa at Coco's Crochet. She is doing the Decades Make-Along. So each month, or no, the birthstone Make-Along, and it's the color of each birthstone for each month. That's what I meant to say. And I'm almost done with it, but I ran into, well, it's a knot. And I'm like, I keep trying to get this knot out, and I'm like, why don't I just film it and then I can not worry about it. So the month of January is Garnet, and this is the color I'm using for Garnet. Basically, I'm using this one and Rosanna's make-alongs to use scraps, and I'm also having another idea for scraps. I had this idea in my head, and I'm like, last year I made a random blanket out of scraps, so I'm going to do that again this year. So this is for the birthstone. Rosanna's is for the book cover, and then what I'm going to be doing in addition, oh come on, yes, it was quite a mess. You know when you start pulling and it was already in a ball and then it collapsed in on itself and it just kind of tangles around? That's what happened. So what I'm gonna do is, for the bigger skeins, like the ones that are like half skeins, you know, to enough to make 1 to 2 rows in this blanket. So this is Granny again. Oh, what are you doing? Oh, you found my shawl pin, huh? So this is the Granny stitch, one of my personal favorites. And I just chained a bunch, and then every 2 rows I change colors. So I started with this kind of teal color, and then I went to the white for the 2 rows, then I went back to the teal, and then back to the white, teal, white, and then I ran out of the teal so that I couldn't make a full row, or a full 2 rows or 1 row. So I switched to this denim color, and I think I am currently out of the white. Like, I think I don't have any more white left. Yeah, because I tied it off. So I will start in with another color that hopefully contrasts nicely. I think I have a gray that I think I might just start adding in next and go until, where is it? until this ball of yarn is gone, or the gray ball of yarn is gone, and then I will switch again. So I'm thinking, because I don't mind doing scrappy projects, but I don't want it to be like one random piece of red in the middle of it, because I'm not like OCD, but I'm like, that would stand out and I don't like that. So I'm probably going to do a cool tone blanket, which I have probably the most scraps for. And then the other thing I'm doing, so this will go as long as, you know, it turns into like a 6-foot blanket, and then I'll cut it off and then start again, so that I am continuing to use the scraps, because I just kept putting them in my scrap bin, and I'm like, these aren't getting used, and if they don't come up in the colors that people are using for make-alongs, then I'm not using these scraps. So I'm like, okay, we're gonna go ahead and start using those. So that's my third iteration of using scraps. So 2 make-alongs, then that blanket. Then a while ago, I had started the Sophie's Universe blanket, and this thing kicked my butt. I'll just put it out there. I tried so hard to make this thing work. I got to the point where, okay, here, let me just show you it, and then I'll start putting out issues. So here's my Sophie's Universe. It looks pretty good. We got to this red section, and this row right here, and it had to be a certain number, you know, because you're going to start turning it into the square. Well, I was like something ridiculous, like, what was it, like 10 plus stitches over my count. So I had to like frog back and like fudge it a bunch to make it work so that, you know, it would go into the square section. Well, I had started going along, and then my count got off again, and I'm like, you know what? I'm done. I think it's been put away for 2 years now, because I started this in, actually for Litsa's make along 2 years ago, when she started it in January, and it was like every 2 weeks she was doing a set of colors for it was a calendar make along. So she had all these colors in her calendar, and then she'd pick different colors out, and you did the things in the calendar, which was going pretty well until it wasn't. And basically, I think I can show you on this edge. So this is the last official edge that I did, the teal and then the red. That was when I was like, this is not working. I don't want to do this anymore. So instead of just leaving it as this, like basically a very intricate tablecloth, maybe, because it's not big enough for much, because it's like maybe 3 feet. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take excuse me, I'm gonna take all of my tiny skeins and just start adding them on the border. Like, I'm just gonna keep going around in circles and like doing whatever stitch or whatever thing floats my boat. One second, I'm having a throat tickle really bad. Sorry about that. So I'm gonna basically just take all of my teeny tiny skeins and just put them around in circles. I'm probably, because this is rippling like quite a bit, because I was trying to make it make sense, and like this was 3 stitches behind every turquoise point, so I'm probably just gonna do decreases in those stitches so that it hopefully lays a little flatter. So I might do 3 together so that it isn't because it's making a shell basically. If you can see how it's curving a lot. So I have the red that was still on here, and I'm basically gonna just kind of shore up to make it as flat as possible, and then just start adding all my teeny tiny little balls in. So we've got like a purple. I have the white I just finished off. And then I have a whole bunch of little balls in here too that I had pulled, you know, thinking, oh yeah, I'll just use that for any old thing. I have like orange, burgundy, more of that teal. And I'm just going to go around in circles. Whenever it stops, I'll be like, okay, you're done. I'll switch colors. And since this is all so colorful as it is, I'm going to not stress about whatever color comes next, because odds are it's already in the blanket at some point. I mean, to be honest, it's got a little bit of everything. So, and then it'll actually turn into something useful as opposed to something not very useful. So that's where I'm at on make-alongs and using scraps for this upcoming year. I think basically the make-alongs and my ones for the bigger scraps will be more of the focus, and then when I just feel like double crocheting, or maybe I'll turn it into the granny and just go around in grannies, because you know I love my grannies. I might do that as well. We'll see. As it stands right now, that one does not have any grannies in it yet, but it could. All right, that is it for my upcoming scraps and make-alongs for this year. I am also doing the movie marquee, but that is going to be separate videos because that is something that I am hosting with Heather and Samantha. Heather the Crochet Witch and Samantha from Amethyst Craftworks. And other than that, I don't have any other make-alongs that oh wait, that is not true. I am participating in Carrie Penny from the Happy Crafty Homemakers make-alongs, as many as I can finagle into my schedule for this year. For January, she is doing Use the Good Yarn, and I am doing that with my Merry and Bright project. So I will be using the good yarn this month, including using the good yarn with this one. This was definitely the good yarn. I did finish it this month, so technically it counts. But so I will be trying to participate in as many of her different month make-along iterations. I know she's talking about using scraps and like doing rearranging of craft rooms, which I mean mine could really use an overhaul. I've got yarn everywhere. Like I have yarn in the living room to go upstairs. I have yarn over here that hasn't made it out of the craft room. It's very plentiful. We'll just put it that way. My husband is very patient. I am very lucky. All right, so that is it for this video. Are you guys participating in any make-alongs? Are you planning on any scrap projects that you have planned for this year? Do you keep like a bin of scraps, or do you work them into things as you go? What is your process? I'm always interested in knowing what everyone else is doing because it might inspire me. I'm always looking for other ways to use up, but also make the most sense in my brain. So that is it for right now. I hope you are doing well and having a wonderful day or night or whatever it is. I hope it's wonderful. Bye!